What kind of funny news stories you got over there, Cratchit?
Well, do you want funny news or you want weird news?
Whatever you got, you know.
Oh, okay. Joe brought this one up because he wants to discuss it.
Okay.
I guess it's funny, sad, funny, not funny, ha ha, funny.
Not ha ha, funny, ha. Okay.
I didn't know anything about it. I just. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
I just had ideas, so I've not read the story.
You've not read the story. This is coming out of the blue, and this is titled "Outlet Challenge Could Cause Fire or Serious Injury." Fire investigators warn. I don't know about the outlet challenge.
Let's make guesses as to what the outlet challenge is before.
Okay,
go.
So one part of me hopes it's really true because that would stop people from doing stuff like this. But.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to say the outlet challenge is sticking a fork in the outlet. But what's the challenge? The challenge, like, you have to accomplish something, and you hold on to it longer than 5 seconds.
Okay.
Or, the outlet's challenge, you have to pee in the outlet and in such a way that the electricity travels up and goes into your pee hole.
Pass.
Okay, I like that.
I'm just saying. I'm spitballing here. What kids would like to do these days. I don't know for sure, but we'll find out. Here we go. This is the outlet challenge from, I don't know where this is from. This is from Boston. It's Boston. Here we go.
Be electrocuted, fatally electrocuted, just by an outlet.
Oh man,
in a wall socket.
This is out of like the right ear. All right, sucks, but we'll go with it. Here we go.
It doesn't take much to be electrocuted, fatally electrocuted, just by an outlet in a wall socket.
Firefighters rushed to Plymouth North High School Tuesday to investigate whether this scorched and burned outlet posed a threat to students.
2 students had plugged in a cell phone charger and dropped a penny behind it, causing it to short out.
Turns out the prank is the latest social media challenge. Here's a YouTube video the state fire marshal sent to all departments. There was a similar incident in Holden, and a student at Westford High is now facing charges for starting a fire.
The electricity propels the charger and the coin. Now the coin is molten metal at this point, outwards. It could easily get you in the face, get you in the eye, it could cause blindness, and it could cause the clothing to catch on fire.
Fire chiefs are asking parents to talk to their kids about these foolish viral challenges. They're careless and can put everyone at risk.
The other issue can be that you do some damage to electrical wiring behind the wall, and a fire could be undetected and burning in the walls, endangering everyone that's in the building.
These people are fucking stupid.
Dude, we used to think it was like crazy to put a 9-volt on your tongue. These kids, like, for people listening only,
the story
they have
nearly 3 weeks ago how the family was.
Sorry, they kept playing.
Like, imagine your little iPhone box charger, that little square thing, it's like whatever, 3/4 of an inch square that you plug in and you think USB. They're putting a coin in between the outlet wall and the charger itself. Yeah,
and so it's like it's going down there, it's electrocuting and frying between the holes. Correct, that's a technical term.
Yes.
And what we saw on screen were a bunch of like teenagers, maybe early 20s, doing this. This is the kind of stuff you do when you're 3 and you see outlets for the first time, and you stick like a fork in there or a penny. And I think I did that when I was a kid. I threw a penny in an outlet and it shot out.
No, and now you have to wait until you're well beyond puberty.
Yeah, but goddamn fucking idiots.
No, but you know what the next one is? You have to be doing this while eating a Tide Pod after just crossing over your milk crates, and then dump a bucket of ice on yourself for charity.
And then the outlet is at the very top of the pyramid of the milk crate challenge.
I love that. Yes,
you put an outlet on the very top milk crate, and you have to get up there to put a penny in and do the outlet challenge.
Yeah, and if you can come down without getting electrocuted, that's when you dump the ice on yourself, and then you give $1 million to people who have Alzheimer's or something.
Exactly.
It's simple. It's too simple.
All right, that was good. I mean, anything that leads to death with people willing to take the challenge.
One thing I do want to point out on this one, which I find somewhat interesting, is that if you notice in probably the last 20 years or so, the NEC, the National Electric Code, changed the way that outlets should be oriented so that the ground plug is at the top, not at the bottom. And the reason for that is so that way things don't accidentally get dropped behind plugs going into receptacles and actually bridge the positive and negative terminals, causing a short circuit. So now you've got people deliberately bridging that by wedging devices behind what they're plugging in order to cause a short circuit. So
it's bullshit.
That seems real smart.
I hate that new rule.
It's bullshit.
I don't like that new regulation. Makes everything harder for me to do. Let's see here.
You guys want to talk about bus drivers? That came up earlier.
Is that a fun story? Is that a wacky
fun.
story? It's
Not
just
wacky.
it's interesting. I mean, I would rather read that maybe on Wednesday. We got an email about that, and it seems like
for Wednesday.
Yeah, save it for Wednesday.
I don't hate the TikTok rhino story or the alligator. She loves them. That one seems pretty good.
Well, let me go. We got stuff from previous weeks too. I mean,
The National Guard for the bus is pretty decent.
You like that one?
Wait, here's one we didn't get to last time. You want to talk about meat vending machines?
Ah, yeah.
Or do you want to talk about Michael Myers on the beach?
The Michael Myers on the beach one was pretty good.
It's just kind of. I saw that one. It's just kind of. I don't know. I'd rather talk
Can we
about
hit them both quick? Maybe just like.
Oh, okay. I take it back.
Pop,
I do
pop,
have. It's not toilet news. I have poop news. You want poop news?
Sure.
Really?
Also, we do have the 9/11 parade float that pissed off a bunch of people.
Really?
So I don't know what you guys want to.
I'm calling an audible. It's your call.
That's not how audibles work.
No, that is
You call the audible. You have to call the audible.
Yeah, that's like saying I don't want to eat at all 5 restaurant choices you've named, and I have no other suggestion.
I'm calling the audible. You go ahead and decide.
All right. This one here's Alex Jones territory. It's not goofy, but we could probably amp it up a bit.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Witches and Satanists have teamed up with leftists to destroy America.
That's some good news on that front.
Okay. Satanists and witnesses are invoking evil powers to aid those participating in the violence currently racking American cities. So this is an older news story. This is
It's from last summer, yeah.
It's from last. I think we covered this because there was a coven of witches that were a coven of witches. A coven of witches that were hexing Donald Trump pre-election, and for all we know, it worked. He's not in the office.
That's right. Coven. Good job, witches.
Yeah, way to go. This is from last year. The recent protests were supposed to be rallies of concerned Americans who were horrified by the death of George Floyd. However, many protests degenerated into riots that destroyed parts of American cities. Unfortunately, many capitalized on the events to present other agendas. People who have absolutely nothing to do with the issue of community policing are hoping to hijack the debate. And it did happen. Thus, the left used the occasion to bring together ecologists, socialists, feminists, LGBT activists, pro-abortion advocates, and others to push their false class struggle narratives upon the American public. Less known, however, is the involvement of darker forces. Satanists and witches were invoking evil powers to aid those participating in the violence. Okay.
That's right.
I don't know. I think they could do a lot better. That sounds all very conventional. Like I would expect that from Satanists and witches.
It sounds like anytime there is a mass of psychic energy and emotion, that is prime time to start casting spells and using people's emotion against them. And maybe that's what happened. Maybe. I don't know. The witches do not hide their involvement in violent protests. Mashable reports that witches covens are it's covens. I'm sorry. You're right.
Coven.
Mashable reports that witches' covens are actively engaged in hexing police, whom they accuse of brutality. They especially target those who are risking their lives to stop the riots. The witches also cast spells asking for protection for protesters that confront the police. Which activists use their dark arts as cutting-edge weapons for those who want to engage in a more spiritual class warfare. Okay, so it's 1 year later. Where are the witches on COVID, and the vaccine? Which side are the witches on? Are they pro-vaccine or anti-vaccine?
Yeah,
are witches pro-Fauci or anti-Fauci?
COVID. and besides, what is going on with witches and Satanists? Seriously, this is like hexing. Like, you can't even prove that this is happening or not. You could say, well, it's a coincidence. It's just a bad luck day. And you could say, well, I hexed him and that's why he had bad luck. No, I want you to turn police officers' guns into dildos and shit.
That's not how it
want
works.
real magic.
You can't do that. So the way this stuff works when it comes to even effigy magic or focus psychic attention is that you can influence certain external remote abilities or remote effects on somebody. So there are studies on this that a combined effort from a group of people focusing negative emotion on somebody can have a negative health impact. It happens over a period of time. You're not going to be able to turn a policeman's gun into a duck or a goat.
I don't know, man. I want the fucking snake piss and bat hearts and a cauldron. I want witch shit. This is all just, you
want the classic Disney witch stuff, but this is more in the line of mind powers, like mind over matter. Like, if you believe that you're healthy and you can do certain things, you more likely will be that way. And then conversely, if you have a group of people channeling and working against you, you can affect someone's well-being that way.
No,
you can't churn matter, at least not that I know of, something like a gun into a few bees through a hex. That's not the way I think it works.
Okay, so then the Satanists, why can't they step up their game and like poke somebody with like a small knife or something, and then all of a sudden they're possessed by some demonic creature from hell?
I agree. The Satanists need to step up their game. They've
it up.
They've been lazy for far too long.
Fart too long.
There's a black cat right there.
Yeah. Do something with the cat, man. Set that bitch on fire. Make it like a devil cat.
A hell cat.
What about all the recent stories of Havana syndrome? Could that be hexing?
I see. I think that's a secret weapon. That's some sort of spy versus spy war going on that we're not privy to.
From space.
Space spies.
Space spies.
I want space black cat, fire cat, devil spy.
I'm gonna take a look at the witch. I'm gonna see if I can find where these witches are at today with their position on Fauci and everything that's going on, because it's critical. We need to know the community, the coven of witches, coven of witches out there. Which way are they swaying on these issues?
Yeah. And are they still flying around on vacuums, or do they have like a Swiffer?
Now they're on giant syringes.
Oh, okay. They're flying on the. Okay, no more brooms.
I think they use Roombas, actually. They kind of hover around in Roombas.
But they can only hex within about a small radius.
Very small room.
They gotta go back and recharge.
And they keep on bumping into things and turning
Give us
around.
an email at ourbigdumbmouth@gmail.com. Check out obdmpod.com for all the social media and donation links. Be a part of the magic.